talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching. Me, I'm on my grizzy. I be me, I'm on my grizzy.
Wait.
They talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching.
I pull up on that time, I hope you niggas is prepared. I'm like AI with that practice shit, a Rocky on the stairs. Either way, I'm official, shit I've been through, need a prayer. You gon' probably see the Lord when I hit you with this chair. Woo, feel like Ric Flair, yeah. Bang your baby mama 100 times like a snare. I'm the why, when, and where. Yeah. Pissy drunk off Julio, I pop off like a flare. If I ain't with the $1 billion show, I'm probably in my lair. Going dummy on something like people up under the stairs. I'm a mummy or something, rap a nigga like I ain't present. Got a shout out to that nigga that tried to murder my ex. Know you a blessing to this world and I just pray you get protection. Silly nigga, the money show me affection. Pistol on me moving so freely, some call it reckless. Double necklace like the cup that I'm drinking out of got Henny in. Ghost tells I give you the game cause you know we really in. Walk. Wait. Yeah.
Me, I'm on my grizzy. I be smoking till I'm dizzy. Got his stances on the glizzy. Don't make me spin this bitch like frisbee. Talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itchy. Niggas wasn't with me trenches. Niggas better keep your distance. I be on this mission. Blue cheese ain't no dressing. I be vibing, ain't no stressing. If I'm there, I keep my weapon. I want mine and I want extra. If you own it, I'm gon' catch it. I been on the apply that pressure, push that weight like I wrestle that fire. Go turn your west to Casper, collect that plate like a pastor. I'm a money making bastard. Certain squares, white castle, ducking handcuffs and them shackles. I want cheese like a pack of niggas. Snakes without the rider. Me on that is half the battle. Me blow stacks to make them matter. If I'm fucker, then I spatter. Getting heads, you know I'd rather get that bread. You know I'd rather eat that dick. You know I love her. When I'm finished, you can get her. When I'm finished, you can get her. I be smoking till them.
Turn to the flip.
They talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching. Me, I'm on my grizzy. I be me, I'm on my grizzy.
Wait.
They talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching.
I pull up on that time, I hope you niggas is prepared. I'm like AI with that practice shit, a Rocky on the stairs. Either way, I'm official, shit I've been through, need a prayer. You gon' probably see the Lord when I hit you with this chair. Woo, feel like Ric Flair, yeah. Bang your baby mama 100 times like a snare. I'm the why, when, and where. Yeah. Pissy drunk off Julio, I pop off like a flare. If I ain't with the bitch.
You're in the game for the next 30 minutes or a fraction more. Thousands all over the world are dressed out, and yet only one man is ready to start. He played with Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves with a career that started with the Indiana Pacers and earned the NBA Head Coach of the Year with the Toronto Raptors. You hear him on Sirius XM Radio and saw him on NBA TV. And now, get the buzzer ready. Start the clocks. Blow the whistle. Right now, it's time for former NBA head coach in the game.
Welcome. It's that time in the game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Welcome to In the Game Network. How you doing out there? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday, the Raw Side of Thing coming to you every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Sir Bam Bam. Gives you a unique way of dealing with the things and a funny way of dealing with the things that we're dealing with today, because Lord knows we got some issues in this country. I'm telling you. But that being said, I'm joined today with my board ops guy, James Harmon, a.k.a. Naughty. Now I called you.
I see you can't help yourself.
I can't.
It's all good.
That's just the, you know what, the Columbus, Georgia in me. But I called you the other night because I was, been watching NFL Network and watching ESPN, and they're talking about they got all their football analysts out there, and they rank the quarterbacks, and they had Jalen Hurts at number 10, and they keep talking about Joe Burrows and Josh Allen and Lamar and Patrick and all these guys, and I'm sitting here saying, okay, let's just exclude Patrick Mahomes. Let's just say Patrick is in a place by himself because of 3 Super Bowls and the things that he's done. So let's just say take Patrick Mahomes out the equation. I propose a question to you, and I propose a question to my listeners out there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, or Jalen Hurts. If you were starting a franchise today, based on what they have done. Not all this fake stuff, all this stuff that get people fired. Based on what they have done thus far in their career. List them for me. 1 through 4.
I'm taking Lamar Jackson first.
Okay.
Taking Joe Burrow second.
Okay.
I'm probably going Josh Allen third.
Okay. And Jalen Hurts fourth.
I like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is actually my second favorite quarterback.
Okay. So now for all the people that agree with James, a.k.a. Naughty, y'all dumb. Stupido.
Beat it up in the chat. Y'all let him know why I'm right.
Stupido.
Y'all let him know why I'm right.
And I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, how you
this is what drives me crazy. From all the experts out there, all I hear is the NFL is about one thing, what? Winning. Is that what I hear?
That's what they say.
Okay. Hold up. But this is what blows my mind. What has Jalen Hurts done better than any of those 3 quarterbacks that I have listed, or that you put above him? What has he done?
One.
Wow. One on what level? Did he just win in the regular season?
He won a Super Bowl.
And he been to a Super Bowl.
He performed well.
Hold. Again, are you and my wife
Your
related?
friend told me that getting a word in with you is like pulling.
And my wife related?
You asked me a question in the middle of my answer. You say, whoa, hold on. Let me finish.
Okay. Well, if you could put your thoughts together in sequence without having to pause 6, 7. Normally when people are having a conversation, if someone stops talking for 6 or 7 seconds, that means they're done. That's the way I take it. But to lesser intelligent people, I guess y'all still thinking.
So
excuse me for all you less intelligent people out there that needs 10, 12 seconds in between your thoughts to get yourself ready. My point is, all I keep hearing when I hear from the experts, NFL is about winning. But then when I see these experts judge the quarterbacks, it's always Joe Burrows up there. It's always Josh Allen. It's always Lamar. It's always this guy, that guy. And poor old Jalen Hurts is always at the bottom of somebody's list. But this is the thing that blows my mind. He's played in 2 Super Bowls.
Correct.
Was he the best player on the field in both of them? Even in the loss. Go look at his numbers.
I watched both those games. He was the best in the game in the last one, for sure.
For sure. But
for
even
sure.
in the game that he lost.
I mean, he fumbled the ball.
But he put up 300.
That cost him the game.
Played. Okay, so this is what he's done. Not only has gotten his team, because this is the thing, Nadi. In order to get to the Super Bowl, you got to win in the playoffs.
Yes.
So he's done something. Joe Burrow's been to 1 Super Bowl. Been in the playoffs in 3 years.
Right.
Josh Allen has never been to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson can't even get to the AFC Championship game.
You told me this was a team game.
Wait a minute.
Okay. It's not a team game.
Hold up. Okay. Look at their numbers in the playoff. Go pull those 4 guys' numbers and see how well they play. My point is this, Nadi. All I hear coming into the NFL season is that the NFL is parity and it's about winning. At the bottom line, you can throw the ball a tight spiral. You can have blonde hair, blue eyes, 6'5", 235 pounds, and have a rocket arm. You could be the smartest quarterback ever, but do you win? And my point is this: the reason I'm going with Jalen Hurts, and the reason this drives me crazy, is because if the definition is about winning, defining that position is about winning, who cares how does it look? This is another thing that drives me crazy. You never hear Terry Bradshaw's name when you talk about.
You damn right you don't.
How many Super Bowls he got?
He got 5, 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, but they don't all play for the same team.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. Jalen Hurts. Look what Jalen Hurts has been through. Jalen Hurts from college to the NFL. Oh, dude. And I fell into that trap. I didn't appreciate how special Jalen Hurts really is. I didn't appreciate how good he showed, how big he shows up in the.
Let me not interrupt you. There's some people in the chat. Big Illinois 73, Mocha Bella. Parsons 4-year, $188 million after being traded to the Packers. I'm gonna look into my sources.
Now make sure
that
I saw that. Look,
this is true.
I saw earlier. Hold up. I saw earlier that Green Bay was offering 2 first-round picks, 2 seconds, and a 5th. Now that's what I saw online. Now I didn't believe it because, like a lot of people put stuff out there, so we got to confirm this.
Right. I'm going to confirm that. But back to your point.
But now, if now look, to switch gears, if the Dallas Cowboys were able to get 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th for Michael Parsons, then you got to do that deal for a non-quarterback. That's what you normally give up for a quarterback. If the Dallas Cowboys could get that type of bounty from the Green Bay Packers, and then the Packers turn around and pay him $188 million. Now, obviously, that number sounds great,
right?
But all that money is not guaranteed. Probably only about 100, 125, maybe if that much is going to be guaranteed.
I'm looking into the particulars now, but according to the NFL,
trade really happen?
Cowboys trade.
Hold up, yes, it did happen.
Yes, Michael Parsons.
I see it on the screen.
$136 million guaranteed.
Wow.
4-year, $188 million deal.
Congratulations, young fella.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And Jerry, dude, now that tells me that this is what it tells me. That Jerry Jones realized he overpaid Dak. I'm not going to say he overpaid CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee Lamb is one of the top 3 receivers. But he did overpay Dak.
Yeah. He got beat twice by Dak.
He got beat twice by Dak. Been killing him. And the reason Michael Parsons is not there, in my opinion, is because of Dak contract. I really believe that. Because like you said, he got beat over the head twice by Dak. Now, did he do it to himself? Yes, he did. Because he could have, again, the same thing he could have did. He could have signed that early.
Yes.
But this is Jerry Jones. Look, I'm going to say this, and I think you will agree. If you got 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th for a non-quarterback, no matter how good Michael Parsons, how many sacks Michael Parsons had last year?
I think he had 12 sacks last year.
Now come on, bro. And he missed some games though.
Right.
But he missed 4 or 5 games. But let's just say this. The guy Trey Hendricks in Cincinnati led the league in sacks at 17.
17, right.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. I know that guy putting pressure on the quarterback makes everybody better. But think about it like this, people. If I only got 17 sacks and we didn't make the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
I understand why Cincinnati wasn't paying him. And I understand why Cincinnati didn't want to give a long-term deal. Jerry Jones, same thing. Jerry Jones, and I'm a Michael Parsons fan, but Jerry Jones sitting there saying, you're one of the top 3 pass rushers in the league. In the biggest of games, and Jerry Jones know what a star is.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Jones had Michael Irvin.
Oh, he had them all.
He done had Emmitt Smith.
Yes.
He done had Troy.
Yep.
And Dion. And this is the one. What's the guy that
Charles Haley?
Oh, I saw something online the other day about Charles Haley. Jerry Jones told the story. Jerry Jones told the story that when Emmitt Smith went out and they had started the season and they lost the game early, first game, and Charles Haley walking through, and Jerry Jones came in the locker room. He said Charles Haley took his helmet off and threw it at him and missed his head and put a hole in the wall and said, don't you come in here talking about winning when we got the best running back sitting at home. Jerry Jones picked up the call. This is what they all said. They said, Jerry Jones said it. Jimmy Johnson said it. Said Charles Haley was crazy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard.
But to a man, they respected him.
Oh, yeah.
And to a man, Jimmy Johnson said, we don't win Super Bowls without Charles Haley.
Did you hear about how Charles Haley got out of San Francisco?
No.
He went up into the general manager's office, pulled his pants down, peed on the desk.
Oh, that'll get you traded, bro.
Oh, yeah, they traded him the next day.
The next day, he would have been out. By the time I could have got somebody in there that was soak that piss off my desk
right.
and burn it, oh, he would have been. But dude, but this is the thing, though. They also say it was the worst mistake they made when they let him go. Even San Francisco.
Right.
Now think about this. A man comes in your office, Rob say that you say it was the worst mistake we made trading. All Jerry Jones, Jimmy Johnson, all of them to a man said Charles Haley brought an edge to that team and a work ethic to that team.
Right.
And a no nonsense that they had never seen before. They said they don't win those Super Bowls without him. And so Jerry Jones, to our point, Jerry Jones done had some stars. If Jerry Jones were able to get from Green Bay the bounty, he had to do that deal. Because think about it.
Yeah, I'm hearing they gave up 2 first-round picks. So I'll confirm that, but this is what I'm hearing.
But this is my thing, though. Now, Jerry, you're going to use all this draft capital. You're going to scout all these players, and you're going to look for a Michael Parsons. You're going to look for a CeeDee Lamb. You're going to look for Emmitt Smith. Let me give you some advice. I love you. You're a genius when it comes to business. You haven't been a genius when it comes to being a general manager of a football team. Give you some advice. As soon as you realize that first round pick is actually good, start getting ready to pay him. Pay him early. Pay him early. Dude, the Philadelphia Eagles are sitting in the catbird seat again, all because they general manager who scouted and drafted these guys, saw that they were going to be good. And he signed them early.
Right.
He signed them early because he knew he was going to get a discount. Anytime now the GM comes to you early, you're going to give him a discount. Because guess what you're doing? I'm signing you early. That means I'm taking that injury risk off the table. And if I'm an agent and the general manager come to me, hey, man, I want to lock your guy up early. And the money is fair market value at the time. Mm-hmm. It's not what it may be. Because I don't have a crystal ball. You can project all you want. But you're giving me fair market value. I want to give you some love. Show a discount.
Right.
And so, look, give the Green Bay Packers credit. When they did the deal, they had a contract in mind. Look, I'm not saying Michael Parsons shouldn't get paid, but what I'm saying is, in a sport where it takes 11 guys on the field working together, the Dallas Cowboys, with that contract and CD Lamb, they couldn't afford.
They could afford it. Jerry got money.
But hold up. Not that they can afford it, but they can't afford it from the standpoint of putting that much resources into one guy in one position when you have so many other glaring needs.
I agree.
And there's a salary cap. Now listen, if there was no salary cap and Jerry could pay what he wanted, then that's a different story. Jerry got money. Jerry could go into his personal bank account. But there's a salary cap and there's restrictions and things you can and can't do. And what I'm saying is, when you look at the Dallas has been their best when they've had a dominant offensive line and a great running game, right?
Right.
The last 3 years, their offensive line has gotten old, and they did a piss poor job of drafting and developing the offensive line.
It's correct.
So right now, think about this. Dallas is a throwing team.
Yes, they
and
are.
That's what blows your mind. Everybody think San Francisco is just an aired out team. No,
they run the ball.
They run the ball
and throw it to the running back.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody thinks that.
Right.
Everybody, Baltimore, what do? They run the ball.
They run the football.
The reason the Buffalo Bills signed that running back, what's his name that was
James
holding
Cook.
out? James Cook. He got his money. It's because two things. Hey, man, I saw something that Josh Allen said. As I get older, my style of play got to change.
Exactly.
Hey, man, as I get older.
Cam Newton taught him that.
Hey, man, as I get older, and this is why I said James Cooks was going to get paid. Hey, man, Josh, do this.
Right.
Hey, man, a lot easier to do that than you keep that ball all the time.
Right.
And so this is what we're saying. But what I'm saying is the Dallas Cowboys have so many holes, especially on defense. So think about this. If they can take those picks, think about what they can do. They have their pick, two more. So now we don't know how those picks are going to fall.
Right.
But let's think about it. Dallas could trade one of those picks, move down, and get even more players.
Yeah.
Because they don't need a quarterback. So in next year's draft, where you know all the teams that's going to be looking for a quarterback, they're going to be quarterbacks coming off the board. That means the offensive lineman, the D-line, that means all the other position players are going to be there for the picking, because you know this not as well as I do, and the people out there know this. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a team.
Right.
So the rule of thumb in the NFL is you keep drafting a quarterback until you get one.
That's the rule.
That's the rule. Because until you get one, you don't have a team.
Right.
You can't win.
these days.
Exactly.
Right.
So look, Dallas, I'm going to give Jerry Jones credit. I know people are going to kill him for this. This was a shrewd, great move. This is the type of move like that Herschel Walker deal. I'm telling you, man. Because think about this. The Dallas Cowboys didn't make the playoffs last year.
You're right.
So you got the highest paid quarterback. You got one of the highest paid receivers. Now you're going to turn around and pay a guy. Yeah, he deserves the money, but the defense was mediocre to bad.
I agree.
So
right.
Why am I paying
they
you
couldn't stop the run.
$188 million? We can't stop the run. We can't outscore everybody. Why am I doing that? And with you, we didn't even make the playoff. We wasn't even 500 team.
Yeah.
Now, that got hurt and some other things, but nobody was predicting Cowboys to win the championship.
Except for Dallas fans.
Oh, come on, man. We know with politics and everything, there's a lot of delusional people
right.
in Texas. Now, I
exactly.
saw something, and it may be wrong. I saw something. You've been reading about, and we're going to take a break in a second. You've been reading about how Texas is redrawing and redistricting lines and stuff 5 years early.
Right.
I read they were in such a haste to do it that it may actually backfire on them. That it may, by redrawing the lines the way they did it,
right,
that it may have opened up more opportunity for Democratic seats. Now, if that's the case, now, again, this is online, I read.
Yeah.
So you take it with a grain.
I read the same thing.
But if that is your truth, how dumb can you be?
Right, same thing in California.
But it tells you this. When you seek to do dirt in the dark and be evil about it, It don't ever work.
Well,
Look, man, we got to take a
the
break.
whole
Look,
thing ain't rigged.
this conversation.
Yeah.
Look now.
I mean, that proves it. You just proved that this whole thing is rigged.
Listen to me carefully. It's legal. Normally, what they do is do it every 10 years when they do the census, right? You do know every 10 years the United States do a census, count the population, black, white, male, female, whatever. Right. So after they do the census, that way they look at the states and stuff, and they normally redraw the redistricting line, everything fair, to make sure people are represented fair. But they normally do that every 10 years. But in Texas, it's legal to do it at any time. So what Texas is, but it's legal in their state constitution.
Yeah.
So let's say that. Look, now it's legal. So
it
what
is legal.
So manipulative, comes back and bite them in the rear end. Man, that would be hilarious. Look, we got to take a break. When we come back, man, Mike Parsons. Also later on in the show, who got joined?
Yeah, we got Kaja. She's gonna join us.
How I pronounce the name now?
Kaja.
Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about the WNBA. I can't wait.
And I gotta, but this thing about Don Staley almost became the coach of the Knicks.
I saw that.
I want to ask you some questions about that too.
Man, I don't want to go down that road, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Look, we're gonna take a break to listen to In the Game Network. I'm your coach, Sam Mitchell. We'll be right back with more stuff.
Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. On the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in right now to hear what the coach is.
Welcome back to In the Game Network. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam. Don't forget to tune in. Now, look, with the Michael Parsons trade coming in, man, we got all off track. But to finish up the conversation that we had about the quarterbacks, I'm going with Jalen Hurts, man.
I feel you.
Because Jalen Hurts.
That's my team. I root for the Eagles.
Is wins.
But I think Lamar Jackson can win with that same. If Lamar Jackson was on the Philadelphia Eagles and they had Saquon Barkley getting you 2,000 yards, and you got A.J. Brown there,
Hold up, bro. Wait.
Offense, Lane Johnson.
Did Derrick Henry give him 1,900 yards?
Yeah, but he don't got the receivers that Jalen Hurts has. He don't got the O-line that Jalen Hurts has. He don't have the same defense that Jalen Hurts has.
Do Baltimore have a general manager?
Yes.
Do they have a coach?
Yes.
Okay. Draft better.
I feel you.
Coach better.
It's a team game.
Yeah,
that's my point.
That's my point. Draft better. Hold up. The Baltimore Ravens and everybody else get this chance to pick the same players. This is what blows my mind. What's the big defensive tackle for Philadelphia that went to Georgia? Carter,
right.
What's his first name?
Jalen Carter.
Hold up. What pick was Jalen Carter?
I'm not
Like the 8th
he
or
was
9th
the
pick.
top pick. Yes.
Didn't 7 or 8 teams pass on him?
Yes. We're not arguing.
Oh, wait. Hold up. I remember when Michael Parsons was looking at the draft and he saw Jalen Carter go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Did you see his reaction? Michael Parsons basically said, oh, hell, we ain't going to be able to beat them with him. Michael Parsons was sitting there like, why aren't we drafting him? Because they could have took him.
Yeah.
So my point is this. When everybody always talk about in the NBA, look at the team, look at this team, look what they have. Y'all drafted your players.
I agree. Philadelphia is a better team than the Baltimore Ravens.
Why are they a better team?
Because of the team. The general manager built the better team.
Okay. He did what?
The general manager built the better team.
The general manager built.
That don't mean that Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson. That's crazy.
Nah,
that's like saying Troy Aikman is better than Steve Young. Okay, that's not true.
Well, let me ask you a question then. What makes you better?
It's a sum of everything.
What makes you better? Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
So is Bill Russell better than Michael Jordan?
Okay, I'm going to ask you this right now. Would you rather have Philadelphia win a record right now, or would you have Baltimore?
I'm an Eagles fan. I'd rather have Philadelphia. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Okay.
I'd rather have Lamar Jackson than Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
And Jalen Hurts is my second favorite quarterback.
All I can go by now is what the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
Every time I see Jalen Hurts play in the playoffs, he play well.
I feel you, but Troy Aikman not better than John Elway.
Ooh, naughty. Listen to me carefully. I'm glad we went down this road. There's a difference between talent and winning and using what your talent and skill set works on your team.
I agree.
To your point, Joe Burrow may be the most talented quarterback when you look at throwing, accuracy, all these different things. He may be better than all of them. But at the end of the day, it's that little something that some people have when it comes to winning that you just can't put your finger on. Like nobody really understood that this it's hard to define.
But if you watch football,
I have coached and been around great players.
Yes.
But it's just something, man, in those moments when it's time to get it done and it's time to win. If you go back and look at Lamar, his history.
Yeah.
In those playoff games,
he turns the ball over.
He had opportunities to win those games.
He turns the ball over.
So now you can't sit there and say the team wasn't good enough.
I didn't say it wasn't good enough.
He made some crucial, or he didn't complete a pass or something.
You're right. I agree.
For whatever reason, Jalen Hurts looked, man, during the regular season sometimes, Jalen Hurts looked like, why is he a quarterback?
Last year
I'm being honest.
Yes.
Throwing for 120 yards. But then, not it's something to be said. When the lights come on and the big game gets big, he threw for 300 yards.
Yeah, but people want
hold up, man. This is how bad Jalen Hurts was last year. His receivers was ready to quit on him.
Yes.
But then, Noddy, Jalen Hurts, remember the press conference? He said, oh, I thought this was about winning. Okay. Because they were saying the coach wasn't calling a lot of throwing plays. Jalen Hurts said, okay. And the coach said, okay, we're going to start throwing the ball. Then they weren't throwing the ball. But Jalen Hurts said something, man. He sat up down and he said, so let me get this straight. It ain't just about winning. It's about how it looks when we win.
For some people, not for me, but for some people, yes.
Well, why was people criticizing your Philadelphia Eagles? They were winning.
Because the year before that, they lost 8 straight games and didn't make the playoffs with Jalen Hurts.
But not it. They didn't lose 8 straight. Last year when they were winning.
Not last year, the year before last.
Not it. Last year when they were winning and he was throwing for 120 yards.
Right.
Everybody was losing their mind, but they were winning. Oh, what's going to happen when he get in the shootout? Well, maybe maybe because we got a damn coach. Hold up, we got a coach that know how to coach. We're not going to be in the shootout. Now, this is what blows my mind. If I'm playing the Cincinnati Bengals and I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, and I know they got Joe Burrows over there and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and all these guys, why am I going to get in the shootout with you and I got Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts?
There you go.
It's called coaching.
If I can get 2,000 yards out my running back.
I'm not talking about that, but what I'm saying is, why would I let Joe Burrow keep getting the ball and I keep throwing the ball when I got a quarterback who can get 4 yards, I got a running back who can get 4 yards, and I have a coach who knows how to coach and manage a game to keep the other guys off the field.
I agree.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Let me tell you what you're supposed to do if you're that other coach. You're supposed to understand that. You're supposed to stack the line or do something and force them into passing the ball.
Right.
So it's about will. I used to say this all the time. When I walked on the court and I looked at the guy that I was guarding, matchup with, I had one thought. Can I make you quit? Can I get so physical with you? Can I get in your ass so tough to make you quit? That's the thing. And in football, it's even more so because it's physical, right? I'm hitting on you. I'm leaning on you. In basketball, you got to be a little sneaky, a little dirty with it. But my whole thing was, can I make you quit? And so, look, I'm just saying, man, I understand what you're saying, but if you go back and look at Josh Allen, you go back and look at Lamar Hurd, and I don't Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry. You can, and I'm not even we're talking about Joe Burrow. He hadn't been to the playoffs.
I mean, he went to the Super Bowl his second year in the league.
Okay.
And then if you give him a defense, which they have none, the man almost won MVP and didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Let me ask you a question. Well, why don't he ask to go to a good team?
What you mean? That's how this thing works.
Okay. When players get in situations that they don't trust the owner or management, and they demand a trade, but they're not going to play, they can get moved.
Yeah, but he got money. They paid him.
Okay,
they paid his friends.
But not it. He's going to get the money wherever he goes.
You're right.
So, again, don't sit here and cry about your situation. You're the one sitting there watching this happen. You got your money. Hold up. Okay. You want a better defense? Do what Tom Brady did. Don't be the highest paid player at your position.
Yeah,
hold up. Wait a minute.
That don't make sense to me.
Wait a minute. Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback.
Right.
But what Tom Brady understood, the same thing, MJ, when you're great, if we win, we're going to make all our money off the court.
Right.
Arnold Palmer, man, look, Arnold Palmer, the golfer, showed athletes how to do it. Back in the day when golfers was winning, for winning a tournament, they were getting $25,000. Arnold Palmer was making millions in endorsements. Arnold Palmer laid out the blueprint. Corporate America could pay you way more than any sport can pay you. Right. So Arnold Palmer showed you how to do it. Michael Jordan followed the blueprint. Right. Peyton Manning followed the blueprint. Tom Brady followed the blueprint. So again, you got to ask yourself, if winning is important, you're telling me you can't take a little haircut?
Yeah,
and
you
hold up, and you need those guys?
You can.
But you got to squeeze every dollar?
You can take a little haircut.
That's why when Dak get knocked out, I don't say nothing. Because Dak had to be the highest paid, right?
Yeah,
okay,
he did.
Well, guess what? So that left tackle that protects your blind side,
right?
That extra $1 million, man, it made him feel a little bit better about blocking for you.
I understand.
That's on you, bro.
Right.
Understand that.
Right.
There's enough to go around if everybody don't get too greedy. But when you start saying you got to get every penny. No, and I've been on teams with superstars who left money on the table so the rest of us can eat.
Right.
Tom Brady did that.
Okay.
Because even though now think about this, and you still gonna be the highest paid. Just think about this. Instead of making 60, you make 58. Are you gonna miss it?
Yeah.
But let me tell you what that $2 million means to the right tackle. That $2 million means to the center. It means more to them.
Right.
And so if you don't understand that,
I can understand that, but who?
Did you just say we're a team?
Yeah, we're a team. But only one guy took the most money. Everybody else pretty much did take a haircut.
Who? CeeDee Lamb didn't take a haircut?
No, I'm talking about quarterbacks. Like Dak is the only one that got buku money, all the money.
And did the Cowboys
and Deshaun Watson, other than that, everybody else took a haircut.
And they both on two mediocre teams.
Right.
There you go.
Right. Well, we got
now we see why Jerry Jones is not decided not to pay my.
I understand. We got Kaja.
We got to move on. Yeah.
We got Kaja.
We got Kaja on
yeah,
the
we're
line.
gonna bring her up. She's
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
What's
I'm
up,
good. How are
Kaja?
you? Hey, how's
We're
it
doing
going?
great.
I
I'm
see y'all talking about
excited to
Michael
talk to you.
Parsons.
Oh yeah.
We was talking. Look, I think the Dallas Cowboys. I couldn't see. Was it 2 first-round picks, or did you see the extent of the deal? What
I
was it?
didn't. I only know what Micah got paid, but I don't know what Dallas Cowboys got in return for him.
Okay, cool. I saw he got 120 million of it guaranteed.
Yes, I saw
Oh,
that.
136
188.
million guaranteed.
okay.
188
Oh, I
for
thought it was
4 years.
120. Okay.
Yeah, well,
ESPN saying 120.
according to NFL. I was
Okay.
looking at the NFL.
Okay,
not
Okay,
hey,
NFL.
cool.
anything over 100 million ain't bad. So
Right,
what
No,
we
right.
arguing about?
not at all. Especially fully
So, College,
guaranteed.
what you think? Do you think Jerry Jones finally did the responsible thing because they have so many other needs, not tie up all that money into one player, especially when you didn't even make the playoffs last year, and you basically bringing back the same regular defense?
Honestly, I don't know why Jerry Jones decided to let him go, because watching his interviews leading up to the trade, he was dead set on, I have the leverage. I can keep him here. I can franchise tag him again and franchise tag him again and then franchise tag him again. So I'm like, okay, it seems like it was more of an ego thing for me. Now, I know they were saying that he violated CBA rules by trying to negotiate with Micah Parsons. I
Thank
don't know
you.
if somebody got in contact with him, and that's why he decided to say, okay, you know what, let's let Micah go. But I am glad that he did. Whatever his reasons are, I'm glad that he did. I think it was best for both sides to just part ways. It was obvious that Michael was not going to bend. He did not want to be there anymore. And let's just go. Let him go and then get what you can get in return for him and build a winning team.
Well, Kaja, he couldn't be in because the thing about NFL is so violent and
hmm
it's so risky. It's not like basketball or other sport.
hmm
You walk out on that field, any day could be your last play. It don't take
That's
but
true.
one play. I never
hmm
thought about that. Yeah, you could tear ACL or something in the NBA, but ACL surgery is now so common. You come on back. But you look at things that happen to these guys. What's the running back for Cleveland that's trying to make a comeback now? He just tore up
Oh, Nick
everything.
Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, he's starting in Houston.
Yeah, but I saw it. They're saying he's not the same. And then think about it. He
Yeah.
signed with Houston. Nick Chubb was on his way to making 18 to 20 million a year. After that injury, he signed with Houston for $2 million. That's
Wow.
the thing about the NFL.
That's a running
I
back.
mean, yeah, but
Wow.
but any position you get hurt
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So
You
just
right.
Nick Chubb was going to get could have got $18 million a year. Now he's making $2 million a year, all because of that devastating injury. So
Yeah.
that's
Right.
the thing about football. You got to get your bread when it's time to get it.
Well,
Mhm.
that brings me to something Candace Parker was just talking about the other day, because the fever in WNBA, they've been riddled with injuries. They're on like their 17th or 18th player
I
on the
know.
roster.
I
And
saw
Candace
that.
Parker
Yeah.
saying when the
It's
Knicks
been pretty rough.
collective bargaining agreement come up, that the WNBA needs to expand the rosters, because I think 11 is where the rosters are. She's saying they need to expand the
12.
roster to 15 or 16 players.
Hold up. No. Not it. In the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
and Kaja, I want you to hear
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
For the longest, we had a roster of 12, but we played 82 games in the playoffs. All right. Now they've extended the roster, and this is what's crazy. Now
Mhm.
they've extended the roster to 15, but most teams carry 14. Until last year in this past season in the playoffs, the coaches still play 8, maybe 9. They're not going to go that deep. They don't have confidence when you get to that 11th, 12th, and 13th and 14th guy. And when you look at the overall talent in the WNBA, and if you're talking about expansion, I don't know if you have enough talented players right now to
Mhm.
fill out 30 teams with a 14 women roster. I just don't know if it's viable. And then one thing I do understand, I know the women want to get paid more than they should, but this is another thing. And I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get pushback.
Uh-oh.
My first wife, my ex-wife, we met in college. She played women's basketball. She tore her ACL her freshman year. Whatever it is, then she tore it after we got married, playing
Oh,
tennis.
wow.
Tried to play tennis,
Wow.
tore ACL. We have 4 daughters. None of my daughters played basketball. And the reason my wife didn't want them playing basketball was some other reasons, but because all the girls were tearing their ACLs. All my daughters played volleyball. Not one major injury. Not one. No ACLs, no popped Achilles, none of that. What I'm saying is, and I've had ACL and I've had knee replacement, hip replacement. And listen to what the doctor told me. He said, young man, the human body is not designed to do this, to run up and down the court, to jump, to do all these things. So you're going to break down. So my question to you is, as a woman, look, the women should get more money, but they gotta, to me, it's gotta grow with the league. Right now, the WNBA has not made the owners any money. And the women, when you're playing they play a 40-game schedule?
44.
44-game schedule. And I don't know, what's your thought when it comes to, obviously, I think we both agree that the compensation should be different. But I feel like the women are asking for too much too fast right now. I think you have to be patient and let the league grow at the right rate, because if you blow it out and it expands too quickly and the talent is not there, people are going to tune it off. What you think?
Honestly, I don't think anything's wrong with expansion. I believe they're asking for maybe 2 more teams right now in terms of their new agreement. I don't know exactly how much.
I like the expansion, but I'm saying expand in a deliberate, right way. If you expand too fast, too quickly, and you don't have enough talent, because the NBA at one time it almost did that.
Right.
Expanded so quickly and so fast and putting teams out there, the talent had not caught up. And then you had teams for years winning 16, 17, 18 games.
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, bad, tough.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they have the talent. A lot of the times, half of the ladies that were drafted, they were ended up cut because they didn't have enough spots. And I said to myself, how is this league going to continue to grow if they have limited roster spots? And a lot of these ladies coming out of college, it's like so much talent coming out of college. It's crazy. But if they don't get a chance to be able to show what they can do or get a chance to be added to a roster, opportunities are limited. The one thing you mentioned about Indiana and the injuries, the one good thing about it is that players like Odyssey Sims, Aerial Powers, they now have a second chance opportunity to show that they can ball out and they can play. They deserve a spot on a WNBA team somewhere, So those are the good things about it. There's a lot of players that will cut from the Valkyries, or players that will cut. I believe her name is Drea Kelly. She was cut from the Aces. She's also a talented player. There's a lot of players who would love the chance to show that they can ball, but the opportunity is not there because of lack of roster spots. So I think expansion, honestly speaking, would be good right now, especially with the new wave of players and the excitement with all these college players coming out right now that have such a good buzz.
I agree with that. I like the expansion. I just want to make sure the league, if you're going to be viable, if you're going to keep growing and be successful, you got to expand at the right time, at the right amount of teams in the right market. And then I would like to see them have them in the right arena. Finding those arenas, because there's something about when it's 10,000 people in an arena, the electricity there.
Right.
But if you got 10,000 people, which is a lot of people, in an 18,000 seat arena, it just don't have that feel. You know what I mean? So to me, it's making sure that you market the product and the women correctly. Look,
I think it's kind of hard to
market
an
an
arena, because you're right about 8,000, 10,000 and packed and it's loud and it's wall to wall. But then when you got players like Cece, Caitlin Clark,
but that's how you drive the price.
Right. When Caitlin Clark comes to town, more people want to go to the games. You need to be in a bigger venue.
Let me ask you a question. When LeBron come to town, do they put the game in the football stadium?
No.
Let me tell you what they do. They raise them ticket prices.
Right.
Because you gotta make, if the tickets are $2 because we got 80,000 people in the arena,
right,
20,000 of those people not gonna be happy. I played in a dome with the Timberwolves as expansion team, and we had, now the nights that we had 60,000 when the Lakers and the Boston Celtics game, oh, it was great. But I remember playing the Pistons. It's 32,000 people in the dome. That's a lot of people, 32,000, and you can count the seats.
Right, right.
And it's 32,000 people. We led the league in attendance that year, over 1 million people. But we would have 30,000 people in a football arena, and it felt empty. And 30,000 people, as y'all both would agree, is a lot of folks.
I think only one player could sell out a dome, and that was Michael Jordan. When he came to the Georgia Dome, man.
Oh, when Bird,
they sold 60,000 seats.
When Bird came, when Magic came, and when Jordan came, we had 60,000. Dude, imagine playing a basketball game with a sellout football crowd.
Right.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
But again, the Pistons would come to town. we get 35,000 people, and it feels empty.
Right.
It was crazy.
Let me ask College, because yesterday the Aces, they won a 12th straight game beating the Atlanta Dream. And Jackie Young, and man, this girl be
Asia
balling.
Wilson, man.
Asia
Triple
Wilson.
double,
I mean, they got a good squad.
She's the truth.
I want to talk a little bit about the Aces, but I want to ask you about Brittany Griner, because Brittany Griner only scored 2 points and had 5 rebounds in 10 minutes. What's going on with Brittany Griner?
Honestly, that's a really good question. I don't know what's going on with Brittany Griner. You know, her stats have dropped across the board from last season or her previous seasons. I'm wondering if she honestly feels like her minutes have changed. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I really feel like I think she should stay with Phoenix #1. I don't know why she left, but I really think like she's at a point now where I think she's getting ready to more so retire. I feel like she's at the end of her career. I don't see the same will and the same drive that I used to see from her in previous seasons, because she still has all the intangibles. She still has the height. She still has the capability of being such a dominant player, especially on defensive end. But yet in the game, she doesn't really insert herself. Like, I don't really see her trying to make an impact. And it's not always about, for me, when I watch a player play, you don't necessarily score 20, 30 points, but are you doing the little things that impact winning? You know, rebounding, offensive rebounding, steals, forcing turnovers, you know, things like that. I don't really see that same hunger and drive from her. I don't know if it's because her role's a little bit different with this Land Dream team, or if it's a mental thing. I don't know exactly what's going on with her, but I think honestly, it feels like she's at the tail end of her career when I look at her. I think she's like, okay, it's winding down for me.
My personal feelings is that what she went through being locked up,
in
detained,
that could be it too.
In Russia, I just think, and again, we don't know to the extent of how she was treated. You know, we don't know what was done to that young lady. And look, I can only imagine. Look, going to jail in the U.S. and we're supposed to be a, you know, whatever country, human rights and all that. And I visited friends. It's nasty. It's disgusting. I mean, I look at my some of my old friends back in the day when I used to go visit them, and they done went back. And I used to look at them like, dude, is something wrong with you? Is there a disconnect? Who does this purposely? I would live outside in a tent before I sleep in a jail cell. People say, oh, yes. No. That place is filthy. Now, if the U.S. prisons are like that, I can only imagine what it is in Russia.
Yeah, I mean,
when there's no human rights, there is no nothing. I can only imagine what she was subjected to. So to me, I just think, to you, college, I'm like you. I just think it just has so much has happened to her that I don't know if she's had time to deal with it properly.
She played well, you know, since being out of Russia and back in the United States. It's just like
she ain't been the same though. Not the same.
No, not the same. She wasn't as dominant, but she was good. I think she was on the Olympic team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but look now. When I played, the trainer used to tell us for every day that you're out of shape, it takes 3 days of work to get in shape. So think about that.
Okay.
Look at all that time she didn't do anything and got grossly out of shape. So for every day you're out of shape, it takes 3 days of work to get in shape.
Right.
Because you can't work out for 24 hours.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, Kaja, because Nafisha Collier, we saw her come back a couple weeks ago. She came back.
In that fever game, a few days ago.
And the Lynx have won 8 out of their last 10. Now the Aces and the Lynx are the hottest 2 teams, but the Lynx are still above the Aces right now, by 5.5 games, I believe. Who would you pick as the favorite to win it all right now between the Aces and the Minnesota, or is there another team that we probably should be looking at?
Honestly, I feel like I'm going to go with the Lynx to win it all. You know, they got super close last year, and a lot of people feel like they were actually cheated out of actually winning that final game, like with some of the calls that were questionable. But just their depth to me, like I didn't really realize how deep their team is. You know, even without Nafisa being there, because she came back, I believe, Sunday in that game against Indiana. Like they
Right.
had Jessica Shepard the game before, who had a triple double. They had a different player. Her name is Maria. I cannot pronounce her last name. I don't want to butcher it. She was dominant in this game. Jessica Shepard didn't even have to really play in this game, and like it was like not even close. You know, like you could just tell like this team is locked. They're loaded. They're coached very well. I honestly, I have them winning it all, even with the Aces being on this hot streak. I think they're the better team overall. They're the best team, in my
I
opinion.
know you're gonna hate this. I know you're gonna hate
I
this.
love
Connor.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I know the coach there, being a former Timberwolf.
Right.
I know the coach,
Mhm.
Cheryl. I haven't met a lot of the young ladies, but I've been up there. I think I went up there last year, caught a game and stuff. Look, man, I love the Lynx.
I like the Lynx too.
And Cheryl can coach.
Yeah.
Man,
So you
she
got
did that.
bias though.
Well, I played for Timberwolves. Yeah, I'm biased, but dude, okay, it's not like I'm going out on a limb. They do
No, you're
have
not
the
going
best,
out on a limb.
They
You're
do
right.
have the best record in the league.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, come on, dude.
And they got Nafisa. I think Nafisa, she's either one or two best player in WNBA.
Oh, and Kaya,
Yeah.
dude, she just
Defensively and
Yes.
offensively.
yeah. They're just look. They're just good from top to bottom, like you said.
They are.
Look, Kaja, I gotta ask you this. Look, it's gonna happen. Did the Knicks miss an opportunity to hire the first female coach in the NBA? Because it's gonna happen at some point.
Mhm.
I don't know when, but eventually it's gonna happen. But do you think the Knicks missed an opportunity to hire the first female coach? And do you think she was ready?
Honestly, I think Dawn Staley is ready. I think she can coach NBA team right now. I'm just not sure if the NBA is ready to have a female coach. So much of the conversation lately has been women in sports and women shouldn't be in sports and staying in your lane and things of that nature. So I'm not sure if men, honestly, how they would feel about a woman coaching, quote unquote, a man's sport. That's to me the biggest thing. But I think Dawn Staley, as an individual, like all of her accolades, her experience, I think she's more than ready and capable of coaching an NBA team right now. As it pertains to the Knicks, honestly, I didn't think we were going to go with Dawn Staley. I didn't even think about her at all. I was like, okay, you're going to go with Mike Brown? Is it Coach Malone? Like I was thinking about all the other coaches that, lost jobs and were able to, or should be able to at least be interviewed. But I didn't think of Dawn Staley. I didn't think of that. But now that you bring it up, interesting if they would have brought her in at least for an interview.
They did bring her in for an interview.
They did. I didn't know that.
Yes, they just reported that she
did have an interview.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Which is why I was going to ask you, Sam, within the next 5 to 10 years, do you see a woman coaching the NBA team? And if you can possibly put a name on who you think might be that
I do see
woman.
that in 5 to 10 years.
I say 5 years. If it's not Dawn Staley, it won't be one. Because there's no one else on the radar. Excuse me. There's no one, unless it's a WNBA coach. And I don't know now, the coach in Las Vegas, who used to be an assistant coach, what's her name?
Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond.
I can see it's either going to be Becky Hammond or Dawn Staley. I don't think Cheryl in Minnesota wants to do it. I'm not saying she wouldn't, but I don't know if she wants to do it. We know Becky kind of wants to do it because she's been an assistant coach on the men's, with the San Antonio Spurs. We know the fact Dawn Staley has even said if the Knicks would have offered her the job, she would have had to take it, which she would have. So I just think if it's not one of those between those two, I don't see anyone right now in the next 5 years on the radar that has the cachet, the name, and the respect. Maybe the coach, LSU, but Kim, she's kind of wild. So
yeah.
I don't know if her personality
she can
would
coach,
go over.
though.
She can coach.
She's tough.
But now I'm gonna say something, dude. Y'all have no idea that goes on in the locker room, NBA locker room now. Everybody think the coach always run the locker room. I've been in locker rooms when the players have ran the coach out the locker room. I've been in the locker room when the coach stand up there talking and somebody say, man, shut the hell up. You don't know what the hell you talking about. And I've been and I know this for a fact. Certain players get on the bus and the coach say, well, we'll leave the bus leaving tomorrow morning for practice. And certain players say, nah, we need a day off. We ain't practicing. And I asked the players, who did y'all listen to, the coach or the player? Man, we listen to the player. Understand something. Now, the NBA is a different animal.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. God, that's what I'm saying now. It's a different animal. Just
Mhm.
because you the coach don't necessarily mean you run the team. Generally, in the NBA, if the coach don't come in and get the respect of the best players, he just managing. So understand something. It's a different animal. And this is how I say this to every coach. Got nothing to do with your gender. When you're standing up in front of that team and you start talking, and one of your players give you that flip you off or give you the F you, I love you with the F word. What do? Do you? And I've seen it happen too many times on my hands, fingers, and toes to count.
Well,
And you have a choice. You stand your ground. I've seen coaches turn and walk out, stop practice. I've seen coaches go back at guys, and then when guys go back at them, seen them stop. Y'all seem to forget. Latrell Sprewell choked the coach.
Yeah, he
Now
did.
listen,
He did.
it doesn't normally get that bad, but not in. Kasha, it gets heated. Like you gotta understand, you the coach, but if you're a young coach, you got guys in your locker room, dude, I'm older than the coach.
Right.
If you got veteran teams, like when I first came in league, we had guys on our team 36, 37 years old. So we had, other than Bill Musselman, we had players older than every other assistant coach. I remember one day, one of the assistant coaches said something to one of the players. You know what he told him? Man, shut the hell up. You ain't the head coach. I listen to one dude. That's him. He controlled the minutes. So what are you gonna do? And it happens. And listen, and it just don't happen on the bad teams. The better, the bigger name players you have,
Right.
the harder it is. Hey man, everybody think it's easy to coach LeBron. It ain't that LeBron gonna go off on you. LeBron just gonna do what the hell he want to do.
Right. That's always been the case with superstar players.
KD, he gonna look, man. Not that they're gonna. You saw KD when he came out the game in Phoenix, and Coach Budenholzer tried to grab his arm.
Right.
Man, get your hands off me.
I remember a story
Yeah,
you told me
so
one
that-
time about Michael Jordan.
Hey
and
man,
Phil
Michael.
Jackson.
Hey, Kosh, I want to tell you a story. A good friend of mine told me this, playing for the Bulls. He said Phil was on Mike's ass one night, just yelling. Every time Mike do something, Phil yelling, Michael, what did? Just timeout comes. Michael comes to the bench. Phil starts in on him. Michael Jordan stops Phil right in his track and says, Phil, why don't you go play? I'm done. Now, what do? You've been on Michael Jordan ass all night. Michael Jordan said, you go play. I'm done. Obviously, you could do it better. You got to decide. This is the beauty of Phil Jackson. This the genius of him. He knew at that moment he had messed up because everybody looking at him now. Mike done shut the huddle down. You've been on my ass. I'm done. You play. This what Phil says. Come on, Mike. You know I can't play. I got 2 bad knees. I done had knee replacement. Everybody just burst out laughing. Now, Phil Jackson, he handled it what Phil Jackson realized, I done put myself in a bad situation. Because the GOAT looking at me like, I'm done with you. Phil Jackson, because he's smart, figured out in a minute how to get out of it.
Right.
Diffused it by cracking a joke. My
Yeah.
point is this. When it happens, if you're not used to that, if you ain't never been in that environment, if you ain't never dealt with players, I don't know what the locker room like in the WNBA. I don't know if the players go back at the coaches, but I know in the NFL locker room, I know. Did you see what Bryce Harper did to the commissioner? When the commissioner of Major League Baseball walked in the locker room, he cussed him out and threw him out the locker room. Now, he was wrong, but my point is this. When you go in them locker rooms, I've never been in a WNBA locker room. I don't know if the women go back and forth, go at the coaches like the men do. But in professional sports and men's sports, oh, they go at coaches. And this is the thing. In a professional locker room, as a coach or a general manager, you only got so many bullets, as we say.
Right.
I don't lend my bullets out to you. If you get yourself in trouble with the players, you got to get yourself. Because if I'm the coach, like I used to tell my assistant coaches this, hey man, you ain't me. You ain't the head coach. You go in that locker room and say something to one of them players, and they get back in your face. That's on you. Now, every time I come in there and I got to rescue you, that's that's one notch off my belt I can use.
Let me ask you, do you think
so? If you get yourself in trouble, I may not always bail you out because I only got so many things in my tool chest I could use.
Exactly.
And I may have already used one. Like one time, Kasha, I called, we was on a West Coast road trip for 2 weeks. And we fly in on the red eye. We get in that morning, everybody tired. I call a practice. And we went for 2.5 hours hard. Now, Wayne Emery, consultant, he called me in after practice. He said, look, I watch y'all play on the road trip. You had a right, and I'm proud of you for calling that practice because they need to understand that's unacceptable, that road trip y'all just went on. He said, but understand something now. You done use one of your chips.
Right.
You got to wait before you use another one. Now, you can't come back now tomorrow. You got to let all that go. If you come in there tomorrow trying to be a hard ass on top of what you just did, they're going to quit on you. So you only got so many chips in your bag that you can use. You don't use them. You got to make sure you use them wisely.
In your time of watching basketball, is there a female coach who you think might have had a shot at coaching a man's team?
Back in the day, I thought Pat Summitt from Tennessee. I thought Pat Summitt from Tennessee. Back in the day, she was tall. She had that stature. She had them eyes. She looked at you. And I really thought, see, people don't understand this. Man, Larry Brown walked in the locker room one night after a bad loss. It was quiet. He just started taking his jacket and towel. Larry Brown stood there, got in a stance. Said, y'all line up. I want to fight every one of you MFs.
Right.
And we looking like he was dead serious. Dude, people don't understand. That locker room is intense, man. You got 15 guys in there and 5 or 6 coaches, and you just had a bad loss. It gets ugly in there, man. That's my only thing is I don't know what the environment is like in a WNBA locker room, but I know what the environment's like in a men's locker room. And I don't know how that equates. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know because the words and the cursing and the things that come out that locker room, it's brutal. Now, I'm not saying the ladies can't get down like that, but it gets nasty. It gets ugly.
Let me ask Kaja one more question before we get out of here. And losing the topic, and I know this is going to rattle Kaja. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, gosh, what is it?
Because the Chicago Sky, in their last 10 games, they're 2-8. And Angel Reese has, she came back. She came back. I want to know, what does the Chicago Sky have to do going forward to be better? And what does Angel Reese have to do better to get better going forward?
For Chicago Sky, I'll start with Chicago Sky. I really feel like the coach needs to go and a GM. I saw his
coach.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't feel like Tyler Marsh. They did, yes. This is his first season as a head coach. He was an assistant for the Aces, working with Becky Hammond. Him and then the coach, Coach Natalie from the Valkyries, also that came from that Becky Hammond tree. But I don't feel like he's ready at this moment to be a head coach. A lot of times I'm watching the game and they'll have every time like the Chicago Sky will start off good, like in the first half, and then like in the second half, he'll have like Camilla. She could be having a great game. She could have maybe 15 points at that point. She could have 9 rebounds. And then he'll start the second half with Camilla on the bench. I'm like, why is she on the bench? Like, she's the best player you have right now. Like, she's dominant in this game. She's impacting winning. Like, why would you sit her? Like the choices, the clock management, the lineups, the rotations, like it makes no sense at all. They had injuries. I watch Indiana. They sign players back to back to back. Every time one player goes down, they bring a new player in, a 7-day contract, a hardship contract. Chicago Sky has done nothing at all. Courtney Vandersloot went down for the season. They did nothing. I mean, they've done nothing to help this team get to the playoffs and contend for a championship. And I think, honestly, for the GM,
is that management? Is that the coach or is that management if they're not bringing in players? So
that's why I said GM as well.
I did hear you say the GM as well. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Because he said we have high expectations, for this season. But I'm just like, I don't see it. Like based on what you've done throughout the season coming into it, like I'm like, what about what your actions say that you wanted to have a great season? Like it doesn't line up with me at all.
Let
But
me
to
ask you
answer the other
this, Kaj.
question,
I want to ask
oh,
you
go ahead.
something.
Hmm.
What about this thing with Caitlin Clark with the WNBA players and stuff feeling like,
Hmm.
look, I look, and I want to say something. Was there jealousy with Michael Jordan? It was some. And then when everybody saw them salaries going up because of Michael Jordan, everybody understood,
Hmm.
hey man, this is a good thing. How do you feel about the ladies and when it comes to Caitlin Clark? Because obviously, look, when Caitlin Clark came into the league, what she did at Iowa with all the eyes on her, the way ESPN highlighted her, she comes into the WNBA with all the fanfare. She plays well.
Hmm.
Now she's been out, hurt, and things of that nature, and showing that Indiana, to your point, they're still playing well, right? They're still
Hmm.
winning games and stuff and got a chance even without her. But she's raised the profile of the WNBA. Now that you got expansion, you got, they're in negotiations to make more money. Do you think the ladies are being a bit harsh on Caitlin? Because a lot of this stuff that's heaped on her, she
Hmm.
didn't ask for it. It came with it. And to me, they need her to embrace it because that's going to bring more eyes, more money, more advertising, more everything. And if they keep beating her down, does it make her kind of go into a shell and stop being who she really is? Because it's been some harsh things, and I can understand jealousy a little bit, but this is beyond jealousy. This is business.
Honestly, I don't think that it's all the ladies who are jealous of her. Now, there might be a few that feel some kind of way, like, wait, I've been here for a while. I think I play better than her. My stats are better. And, they might feel like, why should she get more recognition than me? But I feel like the way the media has portrayed it, like all the ladies are jealous of her. They're all mad that she's there. They're all hating on her. I think that's the part that's been more frustrating. Even for me, I don't even play in WNBA. I'm just like, stop saying all the ladies are jealous of her. And I don't know if you guys watch any of the footage from the All-Star game. I watched interactions with Caitlin Clark and the other players from different teams. It was all love. That was the happiest I saw her this the whole entire season. Because to me, this season, I feel like she lost her joy for the game. Like she always looks like she's sad to me. That's what's going on with her mentally. I don't know what. I don't know if that's true, but the way I look at her, I'm like, I don't see the same joy from her that I saw from her in her rookie season. But I looked at her and how she talked to other people like Courtney Williams, Tisha Hyden, and the Stud Buds. Like they seem to actually enjoy being around her as a person. I feel like the media makes money off of, okay, Angel hates Caitlyn and the players don't like her. They're so aggressive with her. When you actually watch the games, they're aggressive in general. The ladies are really, really aggressive, more than what I actually thought before I actually started watching the games. I mean, that the way they foul each other, Alyssa Thomas, she don't take no prisoners, no matter who it is. It could be a rookie, black, white, like she goes hard at whoever every single game. So I don't think this narrative where it's like everybody's jealous of her, everybody's so aggressive with her, it's not specific to her. They're aggressive with one another, period.
I get it. Yeah. I just, I hate to see all that stuff because, when you're in a league and you're growing and you're expanding and
Mhm.
more money coming in and yeah, a lot of eyes on her, but you embrace that to me.
Mhm.
You get on that train, like the same thing with golf with Tiger Woods. Man, get on that train and ride, man. Get on that magic carpet. Get on that bus and figure out how to stay on that bus because that bus is growing right there. Kaja, look, we got to do this again. I enjoy it. Look, because now I want to get, when we start the season, it's football. I want you in this football conversation. I'm a football player by nature. I played football before I played basketball. Not
Mhm.
stuff,
Stop
but I
playing,
know
man.
football, right?
Uh-huh.
Anybody who named themselves Naughty when their mother and father named them James Harmon, that's a lot to be desired. Just leave it at that, okay? But Kaja,
Okay.
thank you for joining us. Thank you for your insight. Look, we
Thank
got to
you.
have you back, especially when the WNBA playoffs come up, because there's gonna be some good series going
It's
on in
gonna
the
be some. It's
playoffs.
gonna be some good series. Yes, absolutely. Indiana's gonna be in there, y'all. Don't
Oh
worry
yeah.
about it. They're gonna be
Hey, I
in there.
played for the Pacers too, so I got two dogs in the fight: the Indiana,
Boy, you
the
stay, boy,
Fever,
you a
and the
fanboy for
Lynx.
Uh-huh.
real.
Oh, okay. See, now you calling me a fanboy. Look, we got to take a break real quick now because now they're not
Okay.
about to throw. I'm about to put hands on now. We'll be back with more in the game network. Thank you, Kaja. Don't
All
forget to
right.
hit that
Thank you,
like and
guys.
subscribe
Bye.
button. Thank you, Kaja. We'll be right back after more stuff.
Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in right now to hear what the coach has drawn up on the chalkboard.
You don't tell me the questions, but you kind of prep me. You said we're gonna get a little serious.
Right. The last
right.
one to be a little bit serious.
All right, well, give me the easy stuff.
But yeah,
first.
I'm gonna throw you a couple softballs first, and then
I used to love softball in college. Now I played on an intramural.
I bet you did.
Now, to check this out. The basketball team, we had an intramural softball team that we competed against all the frats.
Right.
We won the championship one year. And guess how we did? We just bully ball people. We run over people at second base, run over people at home plate. Because all the frats had most guys play high school baseball.
Right.
So they were good. But now the thing that we couldn't feel worth nothing. Like we can catch fly balls.
Right.
But we weren't going in the shortstop hole and digging that out. We weren't stretching out at first base like they were. But what we could do, we pound that ball. We could hit.
Yeah, man.
We could because we were so big. So we was hitting home runs. We would just beat people 18 that 12. Our team was going to commit an error every game.
Right.
And I pitched. So if you hit one back up the middle, forget fielding. I was trying to get out the way.
I feel you. I remember those days. We used to play those frats, and those frat boys used to cheat.
But they could play.
They used to have them baseball, them bats that they weren't regulated.
No.
And they hitting the ball all over the fence in the street. And it was terrible.
Yeah. But them frat boys, they all played high school baseball.
Right.
So they were good. So we had a team for 4 years. We won the championship 1 year. We made it to the finals another year, got beat. And then the other times we got beat in the playoffs. But the year we won it, man, we just ran over people. We just intimidated people outside. And the one thing we could do, we could pound that ball. But all right, it's time for shooter
to pass it. So it's reported that Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka traveled to Poland to watch Luka play for Slovenia. Do you like the idea of Luka, even though he just got the money, playing basketball in Slovenia prior to the NBA season?
Now, I've had this conversation with other people before. I understand because I played in Europe. Look, playing on the national team in Europe is big. It's huge. Like, it's a big thing. But now I also feel like at a certain age and with all these games that we play in the U.S., and then all the practices. See, now it ain't just the games. You got to get in shape. So think about what Luka did. Luka done got in shape to play now, right? He's practicing every day. He's playing. Luka gonna take 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, or whatever time he gets. And then he got to start NBA training camp and go through a long season with all these expectations. And then you got the playoffs, and you got this, you got that. You got the play-in tournament. At a certain point, Nadi, it's going to get too much. It's going to be too much. And you know this, you can't serve two masters.
No, you can't.
And right now, the one that paying you $60 million a year at some point got to supersede. So I think for not just Luka, but I think as the Joker, as these European players get a little older, a lot of them, these NBA teams are going to have to start putting their foot down and saying, look, because they don't have anything left Think about something. Luka had played year round.
Yeah.
And he had to lose weight and get in shape.
Yeah.
When
and
did he get a break?
tweaked the ankle a few weeks ago.
When did he get a break? Remember last year, Giannis had knee surgery.
Right.
Come on, man. It's too much.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it. But at a certain point, you can't take my $60 million and go do what
Well,
you
that's
want to
guaranteed.
do. Bro.
So you passing it.
I'm saying at some point, the NBA is going to have to step in and start protecting the investment of the NBA. If the owners can't do it, the league is going to have to do something to protect the owners.
Right.
And look, man, okay, Luka get hurt this year because his body's tired. Okay, now what?
Right. So you pass it.
Yeah.
You don't like it.
I don't like it.
I got you. Bill Belichick has his company is managed by his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, and they have filed a trademark for the term gold digger. They're going to be making jewelry that has gold digger on it. And
I love it. Because this is what it tells me. Bill Belichick, to all the people making fun out there to him, all the people laughing at him, all the people stabbing him in the back, Bill Belichick is embracing this. Bill Belichick is basically saying, this is my woman. This is our relationship. Y'all can think of it what you want. Now, look, it ain't for me. At my age, I need somebody for me, my age.
Right, I feel you.
It's not for me.
Right.
But I'm not going to knock somebody else who want to live like, look, now, this is my saying. Is he breaking the law?
No, he's not breaking the law at all.
Is she old enough to be a consenting adult?
She's way old enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. I had a friend one time come to me and he wanted to date he was dating this girl and he got serious with her that had been around the way a little bit, you know, had a little reputation.
Right.
And he came to me and he was like, Sam, but I love this girl. I said, look, people gonna say what they want to say, judge, whatever.
Right.
You know, everybody want to point fingers, but remember, it's 3 pointing back at you. I said, what you got to ask yourself is when you go home and you close your door and it's just you and her, does she do it for you?
Right.
Do you think about all that foolishness, what people say? Do you think about her past? When y'all up together, does she do it for you?
Right.
If she does it for you, man, bump what other people are saying. They don't have to live your life. If you let this woman walk out and you know it's going to make you unhappy, man, we all got to pass. I read an article I read something one time. This guy said, don't judge a person at their worst moment. Now, most of us now have had a lot of worst moments. People act like they made, this is what blow my mind.
This is a great moment for Belichick.
But think about this. People act like they've only made one bad mistake in their life.
Right, right.
Man, I've made so many. Man, if I could go back and undo all the dumb shit I've ever done in my life, it'll take me months to clean up.
Take you a lifetime.
Take me a lifetime to clean up now. Right. So I'm going to say this. What Bill Belichick is doing is not for me, but it's not for me to judge. If he's happy, and she's happy, and I do love the fact that Bill Belichick hear the whispers, what everybody's saying, so he's leaning into it. So Bill Belichick screw it. I want to make some money off of it.
Well, you should.
I want to get richer.
All right, so you shooting that one.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, man. That man living his best life, man.
That means you probably should shoot this one too, then. Travis Hunter and his wife, they have announced that they're gonna be birthing a child soon.
She's pregnant. Congratulations.
Right.
Yes. Now this is what bugs me, man. This is what drives me crazy about that. Travis Hunter seems like such a nice human being, a good young man.
He does.
And the dude works his butt off. He's educated. He don't drink, don't smoke. Dion says, Dion loved the kid so much, he said, he's like my son.
Right.
People are always killing this kid. Now, let me tell you something, people. To stand there and to call this man ugly is just repulsive to me. I mean, really? Like somebody can't love someone. It's all about the outside package. Look, man. Look, people. There's a lot of people that look beautiful on the outside, but are so ugly and trash on the inside. It seeps through. Now, I can tell you, man. I've been around people that are just gorgeous, but they're so ugly on the inside and so foul and so trashy.
Right.
It starts seeping through. Like I can't even see the beauty because they're inside and they're so nasty and mean as people. It doesn't start seeping through and made them ugly. To me, Travis Hunter is everything you would want a young man to be: smart, intelligent, law-abiding citizen. He works his butt off. He wants to be the best at his craft, and he's found the woman. I just hope this. I hope that woman loves him
Right.
for him.
Apparently, they already had the baby. It's a boy. And you know what? My problem is with this whole Travis Hunter, people getting in life situation. I don't mind women saying whatever they gonna say. No, women gonna judge me and how they gonna judge me. I don't like that it's so many men.
Thank you.
Like, let the man love who he gonna love. Let him make his own mistakes. Let him be who he is.
No mistakes, or be
or
happy.
no mistakes, right?
Yes.
Just let the man be happy. Why is another man gonna judge another man's relationship? Worry about your own relationship.
Hey, man, jealous.
That's crazy to me.
Look, man, I never met the man. I admire the athlete in the profession that he is. I go by what Dion says, and Dion says he's the salt of the earth. He's a good young man. And so, look, man, I wish he and his wife, and again, I would say to her, when you close your, not at the end of the day, man, it's when I close my door, how does that person make me feel? Do they do it for me?
Right.
All that other stuff, man, if you start living your life based on what other people say they are, man, let me tell you something. Them people that are trying to tell you about their stuff, go look in their closet.
Right.
They need to clean their own closet up before they start trying to tell somebody else how to clean theirs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I'm gonna end on this one. This is something on a more serious note. I already know we're both gonna pass it like John Stockton. But if I can get the graphic up. A gunman kills 17 wounded in Minnesota while people were praying at a Catholic church. And you spoke last week about the senseless gun violence. I mean, I read stories like this every day. It comes to my phone. Either it's in Minnesota, it's in Montana, it's in Utah, it's in Georgia, it's in California, it's in Chicago. I read a story like this every day.
Yeah. Now, this is my thing, man. This is when I realized we got some serious problems. Sandy Hook.
Right.
When they went in there and killed 24 babies, or 20-some children, and nothing changed, really?
No, nothing.
And now that you heard me say this, look, I was in the military. This was a young person that bought these guns legally. What does a young person that young need with these type of weapons? For what?
Right.
Not in for, and I say this. When I was after I graduated from college, a kid from my hometown went to my school. Coach found a gun in his room. And he asked me to come talk to the kid because the kid's from my hometown. I knew him. And I drive up to Macon, go on campus, knock on the kid door. We're talking. I'm like, dude, why'd you need a gun? For protection. Okay. What's going on campus? No, Sam. It's when I go here, when I go there. What you doing over there?
Right.
Where he was going at it? Yeah, he didn't need a gun. He needed a army.
Right.
Now that this was a white suburban kid going up in the hood.
Right.
You need more than a gun. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised you still here as much as you hang out up there. And I said to him, why does a college student need to be over there? What are you over there doing? I already knew. I said, Coach, if he's over there, you need to go and kick him out of school. Because either nothing good gonna come from this. If he's hanging out over there, he do need a gun. If he got a gun in that neighborhood, something's gonna happen.
Right.
Because he shouldn't be over there. So I'm gonna say this, man. We always come with thoughts and prayers. This ain't God, man. When people be like, God would no. This us.
Yeah.
We can. All we got to do is have the will to say, we're gonna get these guns off the street. Look, man, I'm a responsible gun owner. I would get rid of my gun tomorrow if it's gonna make us safer. Look, have a gun, keep it in your house for home protection.
Right.
But a machine gun,
Right.
a young person with a shot. I keep telling you, these guns that the manufacturers are making, they're to hunt people.
Yeah.
They're not. Look, man,
Right.
I've had a hunting rifle. Okay? These got 12 gauge shotgun. There ain't no animal you hunting with a 12 gauge shotgun. You hunting people.
Right.
All right? 9mm handguns. You don't shoot deer with 9mm handguns. You shooting people.
Yeah.
Okay? So again, I don't even know what to say, man. I just think we show it on TV. We pray. We start a GoFundMe. Every network carries it, how horrific it is. We lower the flag at half-staff, and don't nothing happen.
Nope. The next day is to be something
Some
else.
more people. The
Right.
next day, every day, hundreds of people in this country just get gunned down. And
Right.
it's now that we're used to it now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe that things are happening by circumstance. Like, it's not coincidence. There's something going on because it's too many people in the neighborhoods I go to and visit here and there or drive through where we got 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds walking in the grocery store with machine guns.
Now,
And
when I was
there's nothing you can do.
back in the day, I would see young people and they was kind of
Where they getting these guns from?
they were kind of like in the barbershop. We would talk to young people like, man, you need to stay in school. So I remember I'm back in the barbershop in my hometown. And these young guys, like 16, 17 years old, was in there. You could tell, man, they were hard young men. And we were trying to talk to them like, young fellas, man, look, man, y'all ain't gonna live long like this. So we trying to talk to them. Man, them young boys, this is what they said to us. They said, look, old heads, we hear all that, but we ain't like y'all. We know we ain't gonna be here long. So we trying to get all we can and have as much fun as we can.
Yeah.
And we don't care. And old heads, y'all need to take a step back. They start threatening us.
Right, right.
And my friend that owned the barbershop was like, look, man, we were just trying to talk to you guys, but if y'all feel that way, y'all need to find y'all another barbershop to go to.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna have y'all coming in my shop threatening me. And if y'all keep coming in my shop, I'm gonna talk to you because what y'all doing is senseless. But them dudes basically was like, oh, grandpa, back off.
Right.
So look, man, now that, I have a foundation called Sam Mark. Me and my best up show, we started this foundation 22 years ago. And we used to go out to the prisons and the youth development to talk to young people. And last year, I sat down with the coaches and our staff, and I said, we're not doing that anymore. We're done. What we're going to focus on are the kids that are trying to do the right thing, are the kids that are doing the right thing, not the kids that are getting in trouble. You get in trouble, you got to prove yourself that you deserve our help. No more are we going to waste our money and time going out to the prisons, going out to the youth centers, because now there'll be 15 in the room, maybe one listening for the time we there. The rest of them want to be anywhere but there. We got to put our money, our time, and our energy into these kids that are doing the right thing. Because if we don't help them, those are the ones going to fall by the wayside. Now, to think about it, all the money and help and support go to kids who are already screwing up, right? And we give them chance over and over and over again. Now, nobody lifts a finger to help the good kids.
Right. Good point.
Everybody like, well, they're good. They don't need no help. Yes, they do.
Right.
They need the help to not go bad because think about something. All they see is all the resources going to the bad kids.
Yeah, yeah. That
and
was
the
me.
bad kids spitting in your face.
That was me.
And now, okay, before we go, and you were one of them bad kids.
No, I was one of them good kids.
You one of them
like,
good kids.
If I need resources.
But all the resources went to the bad kids.
Yeah, so I got to go out on the street and I got to get it.
Thank you.
Right.
That's my point.
But I was educated at the same time, went to college, but
my
still,
point is this.
That's your point.
All the resources go to try to help the bad kids.
Right.
Nothing there for the good kids.
Right.
So my foundation and what we do now, We focus on the good kids. Now, not saying we wouldn't help a bad kid, but you got to show us that you deserve our help.
Right.
Look, man. Now, remember, as I always say, and I'm glad we ended the show on that, and this for all the young people out there. Hey, man, the opportunities are there. The only person that's stopping you from being successful is you. Go take a long look in the mirror. Think about what your ancestors had to endure. Now, I often think about all the Black people back in the day that never had a chance to have quality of life, never had the chance to have the freedom and do the things that we have to do. Listen, man, stop hating this game. Start learning how to play it and master it and make it work for you. You listen to In the Game Network. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the Raw Side of Thing with Sir Bam Bam. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back with you on Tuesday. Peace out.